Angel Reese is on a milk cart and she can just disappear, claim a back injury.
Angel Reese, she's becoming known as the Vanishing Barbie because no one can find her.
Caitlyns signing 1,000 autographs before and after the game. Angel Reese comes to the game. She's sitting over there.
It was the least watched game between these two teams since Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese entered the league.
It looks like one of the so-called biggest stars in the WNBA has quit or pulled a Kawhi Leonard.
Last weekend, the Indiana Felines played the Chicago Bravado in prime time on ABC.
In the WNBA spotlight, two rookies entered with massive hype, but only one has lived up to the moment.
It looks like one of the so-called biggest stars in the WNBA has quit or pulled a Kawhi Leonard.
As Caitlin Clark continues to dominate headlines, Angel Reese has vanished, leaving Chicago Sky fans wondering if their star has abandoned them at the very moment she was needed most.
Caitlyns signing 1,000 autographs before and after the game. Angel Reese comes to the game. She's sitting over there by herself.
Angel Reese is described as being on a milk carton, completely vanishing from the Chicago sky with no real explanation. Despite being hyped as one of the league's biggest faces, she suddenly disappeared with the excuse of a back injury, leaving her team struggling without her presence.
Angel Reese is on a milk cart, and it doesn't appear, it seems like only me and Maurice are even looking for her, looking for an explanation. It makes no sense to me that someone who allegedly is one of the faces of the league, she can just disappear, claim a back injury.
Unlike stars who get injured but still have transparency, Reese's situation raised suspicion because nothing was explained. For Chicago fans, it felt like their supposed leader had simply abandoned them when things got tough.
We've never seen a player just disappear. Kawhi Leonard, they have excuses, they have explanations, they have reason. This woman has disappeared. They're getting their brains beat out. It's clear as day. I don't think she's looking to get traded.
The discussion points out that Angel Reese's absence looks like she has quit on her team or pulled a Kawhi Leonard situation. With Chicago losing and no clarity about her injury, the conclusion is that she might be protecting her image rather than helping her team.
I just think she's protecting her brand and doesn't want these L's on her resume because, you know, she's some sort of winner and she brought LSU a championship.
Her disappearing act in her very first full WNBA season was seen as shocking, given that she was supposed to be a franchise cornerstone. The idea that she walked away in silence reflects exactly how she abandoned Chicago when Caitlin Clark was surging.
People are sending me subtle threats for talking about Angel Reese disappearing on the Chicago sky. Everybody knows that Ryan Clark and Shaq and these other LSU guys are sitting around laying in a cut. Don't you say nothing about Angel Reese. And so everybody's scared.
Angel Reese is mocked as the Vanishing Barbie because nobody can find her on the court or even in the spotlight. Once a face of media hype, she has gone silent while her team continues to collapse. Her critics argue she quit on her season while hiding behind a supposed back injury. This vanishing act shows she was unable to carry Chicago at the same time Caitlin Clark was proving her worth on the national stage.
Angel hasn't vanished. She's dealing with a painful back injury. She's been carrying the Chicago Bravado all season, and the weight has been too much to bear. Angel just needs a break.
Even while injured and sitting on the sidelines, Angel Reese is still mentioned for being part of fights and clashes in games. She wasn't on the floor contributing, but her presence was tied more to controversy than leadership.
Angel Reese responded to this even though she didn't play. Angel Reese is still on the sidelines, nursing some kind of injury. I don't know. I don't have any update on the injury, but it's an injury. She typed, man.
Instead of traveling and supporting her teammates, she stayed away, leaving the impression of someone more invested in drama than Chicago's success. The absence in action highlighted how little impact she had while Caitlin Clark was dominating headlines.
Bria Hartley is the one who pulled Angel Reese's hair when she had those little two pigtails.
The contact being let go. This time, I think it was dental by Hartley. And then Reese just with a big reaction.
That's right. Angel Reese was like, yo. Angel Reese was like, nah, man. I ain't Caitlin. You got me messed up.
Angel Reese skipped out on important practices and even missed games while appearing at events that had nothing to do with basketball. To critics, this showed she valued celebrity more than her role with the Chicago Sky.
She said that's effing unnecessary. The girl said she grabbed me first. She grabbed me first, cuz.
Ariel Atkins is livid, barking to the Connecticut bench. Tyler Marsh, the security team of Chicago, has to break up the scrum.
Fans saw a player prioritizing fame over the grind of the WNBA season. It reinforced the belief that she had abandoned her responsibilities in Chicago, while her peers like Caitlin Clark kept building their teams.
I don't think she's looking to get traded. I just think she's protecting her brand and doesn't want these L's on her resume.
Speculation grew around Angel Reese's supposed back injury, with no official details ever confirmed. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark played through her own injuries and remained a central figure for Indiana, showing resilience and dedication. The stark difference painted Reese as someone who walked away while others pushed through. For the Sky, it was another sign their star had abandoned them in the middle of the season.
In the last 4 weeks, Angel Reese has been dealing with a back injury. That is the official reason for her mysterious absence. But there has been rampant speculation that this back injury isn't as serious as Angel Reese claims. And some believe that Angel Reese has quit on her team and quit on the season.
Fans openly admit that Angel Reese's basketball highlights aren't appointment viewing. Even at her best, people would rather watch Caitlin Clark rearranging their schedules just to see her play. In contrast, Reese's absence hasn't been noticed, with fans caring more about her fashion posts than her game. This shows how she abandoned Chicago not just physically, but also in terms of fan excitement, while Caitlin Clark drew national attention.
Angel Reese, although effective at certain aspects of basketball, rebounding, things like that, banging in the post, her style of play, even at its best, which the last 12 games that she played before she vanished, even at its best, at the height of her performance.
Commentators slam Angel Reese for not even showing up to games to support her teammates. While Caitlin Clark still attended every Fever game, despite her injuries, Reese skipped traveling with the Sky.
You're not even traveling with the team anymore to be on the bench to support your teammates. I think that's terrible. Talking about, oh, well, she's staying back to get treatment. What are you talking? Caitlin Clark's been at every single game, even though she can't play. Why? Because she still has a duty to the fans.
That absence was seen as a betrayal to the franchise and fans who expected her presence. It paints the picture of a player who abandoned her team when it mattered most.
Angel Reese, it's one thing to be hurt. She's not even showing up to the games anymore. She didn't. Tyler Marsh was confused that she didn't even go with the team to Indiana. She didn't go with the team to Connecticut. I think it's a travesty as a leader of a franchise and the face of a franchise.
Angel Reese is criticized for failing to contribute to winning even when she was healthy. The Chicago team kept getting blown out, and her impact was minimal compared to Caitlin Clark's ability to uplift Indiana.
Since when has Angel Reese contributed to winning? The Chicago Bravado were routinely getting their ass kicked when she was healthy. Outside of the female Suns from Connecticut who seem to be losing intentionally, the Chicago Bravado are the worst team in the league. Since entering the WNBA, Angel Reese has been a disaster.
Jason Whitlock even compared Reese to Kawhi Leonard, but without the value Kawhi brings. This underlines how Chicago was left behind while Caitlin kept proving herself on bigger stages.
Angel Reese has quit on her team. The other day, Jason Whitlock compared Angel Reese to Kawhi Leonard. Now, of course, Kawhi Leonard provides actual value. When Kawhi Leonard is on the court, you have a chance to win a championship. When Angel Reese is on the court, the only thing you're winning is the #1 pick in the draft.
Angel Reese was accused of choosing celebrity events over her actual team commitments, skipping practices and games that mattered. Critics called it a sign she cared more about her brand than Chicago Sky.
Skipped out of Unrivaled. She skipped out of last year. She didn't even come to the playoff games in the championship game just the same way. So I'm not surprised she skipped out on her team. it went to the Met Gala this year when she had practice and a game the next day.
Fans felt betrayed as their supposed leader focused on the spotlight rather than the scoreboard. The difference became obvious when Caitlin Clark, even while dealing with injuries, kept showing loyalty to her team and supporters.
She's been telling us out loud, very loudly, I'm more about my celebrity status than this game of basketball in the WNBA.
Speculation grew that Angel Reese's back injury was exaggerated, with no clear medical details ever provided. At the same time, Caitlin Clark fought through physical setbacks, continuing to draw fans and inspire her team.
Unsurprisingly, all 3 games Angel Reese played in, the Chicago Bravado lost by an average of 18 points. Translation, they got their ass kicked. Supposedly, Angel Reese has been dealing with a back injury. That is the official reason for her mysterious absence.
This contrast left Chicago adrift, with its star nowhere to be found. Many concluded Reese had abandoned her franchise, while Clark proved herself as the true face of the WNBA.
But there has been rampant speculation that this back injury isn't as serious as Angel Reese claims. And some believe that Angel Reese has quit on her team and quit on the season.
Angel Reese is called the top goon in the WNBA, leading the league in technicals and flagrants despite missing many games. Instead of being a role model or leader, she became more known for controversy than performance. For Chicago, this reputation was damaging, while Caitlin Clark's clean image helped her shine brighter. The contrast left fans questioning why Angel Reese had disappeared when her team needed her most.
Angel Reese got 9 thug points. So Angel Reese is the top goon in the WNBA, man. Wow, she's missed 10 games. I don't know, something like that. She's missed a lot of games. That's impressive, man. She still leads the league in rebounding, even though she's missed all those games.
When Angel Reese shows up at games in street clothes, nobody rushes toward her, nobody asks for autographs, and she sits in near anonymity. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark can't even leave for the bathroom without being swarmed by dozens of fans. The contrast exposes the gap between their levels of stardom. For Chicago, this only emphasizes how Reese abandoned her role as a face of the franchise, while Caitlin carried the league spotlight.
The reason Angel Reese isn't coming to the games, her absence is not missed by fans at the arena, and everything's about Caitlin. So with Angel, it's always a competition. So is Caitlin doing something? Then I have to have that as well. Then I need to do that as well.
Maurice blasts Angel Reese for not traveling with her team, saying it's a travesty that the supposed leader doesn't sit on the bench to support teammates. He compares her directly with Caitlin Clark, who still showed up for Indiana games despite her injuries.
You're not even traveling with the team anymore to be on the bench to support your teammates. I think that's terrible. Talking about, she's staying back to get treatment. What are you talking? Caitlin Clark's been at every single game, even though she can't play. Why? Because she still has a duty to the fans. And we don't know when the injury came.
That comparison highlights Caitlin's commitment to fans and team, while Reese appeared to abandon Chicago entirely. It created a visible split in professionalism between the two rookies.
You know, fans that don't get to see her play in Indiana 20 plus times a year. You know what I mean? Like, she still has a duty to go and represent the team, represent the league. So her not even showing up to games, I think is just ridiculous.
When Indiana faced Chicago in primetime on ABC, the game drew only 1.3 million viewers, the lowest between the two teams since Clark and Reese entered the league. Critics argued if Reese had played, she would have been blamed for the poor ratings since she doesn't generate buzz.
Last weekend, the Indiana Felines played the Chicago Bravado in primetime on ABC. They drew 1.3 million viewers. It was the least watched game between these two teams since Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese entered the league.
Her absence revealed that without Caitlin Clark, mainstream interest disappears. It showed how Angel Reese cannot carry the spotlight while Caitlin dominates attention.
Guess who would have been blamed for these ratings if she was playing last weekend? Angel Reese. Guess who would be blamed for the declining mainstream interest the last few weeks if she was on the court? Angel Reese.
Angel Reese, despite missing more than 10 games, led the WNBA in technical fouls and flagrant points. Her reputation shifted from being a promising rookie to being labeled the league's top goon. Instead of lifting her team, she became known for controversy.
Angel Reese got 9 thug points. So Angel Reese is the top goon in the WNBA, man. Wow, she's missed 10 games. I don't know, something like that. She's missed a lot of games. That's impressive, man.
Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark's clean image and relentless play continued elevating women's basketball, making Reese's absence look even more like abandonment.
I'm watching the game if Caitlin Clark plays. I'm moving everything out of my schedule. I want to know the update. I want to know where she stands, what her injury is. I'm scrutinizing every detail of the injury report. I want to know exactly when she's coming back.
Commentators questioned Angel Reese's dedication after she skipped practices and was absent from key games while still appearing at celebrity events. This gave fans the impression she was prioritizing fame over her Chicago Sky teammates. The contrast with Caitlin Clark, who put basketball and team first, made Reese look disconnected from her responsibilities. To many, it felt like Angel Reese had abandoned Chicago during their toughest stretch.
It went to the Met Gala this year when she had practice and a game the next day. She's been telling us out loud, very loudly, I'm more about my celebrity status in this game of basketball in the WNBA.
Angel Reese's absence was tied to constant rumors, with no clear answers about her supposed back injury. At the same time, Caitlin Clark played through bruises, delivered performances, and kept fans engaged.
In the last 4 weeks, Angel Reese has played 3 games. I'm no expert in math, but that appears to be less than 1 game a week. Angel Reese has been dealing with a back injury.
The lack of clarity around Reese left the Sky adrift, while Clark's resilience strengthened her image as the WNBA's true star. For Chicago, the contrast symbolized how one rookie rose while the other walked away.
But there has been rampant speculation that this back injury isn't as serious as Angel Reese claims. And some believe that Angel Reese has quit on her team and quit on the season.
Angel Reese earned the mocking nickname Vanishing Barbie because no one could find her on the court or in the spotlight. She wasn't producing wins for Chicago, and her supposed injury only kept her sidelined further.
The second missing component in the WNBA right now is Angel Reese and her dozens of aliases. Has anyone seen Bayou Barbie lately? Where in the hell is Double Double Barbie? Where is the Me-Bound Clown? It has been weeks since I have heard anything about Angel Reese.
Critics claimed she had quit on her team and even the season itself. With Caitlin Clark commanding attention across the league, Reese's disappearance highlighted just how much she had abandoned Chicago.
Unsurprisingly, all 3 games Angel Reese played in, the Chicago Bravado lost by an average of 18 points. Translation, they got their ass kicked.
Even when Angel Reese was present on the sidelines, her presence came through controversy rather than leadership. Commentators pointed out that she responded emotionally to fights, but wasn't contributing on the floor. Instead of being a steady influence, she seemed disconnected from her team's performance. For the Sky, it created the impression of a player who had stepped away when her teammates needed her most.
Because if you remember, Bria Hartley is the one who pulled Angel Reese's hair when she had those little 2 pigtails.
The contact being let go. This time, I think it was dental by Hartley. And then Reese just with a big reaction.
That's right. Angel Reese was like, yo. Angel Reese was like, nah, man. I ain't Caitlyn. You got me messed up.
It looks like one of the so-called biggest stars in the WNBA has quit. As a leader of a franchise in the face of a franchise, you're not even traveling with the team anymore. Angel Reese has become the Vanishing Barbie because no one can find her. Caitlyns signing 1,000 autographs. Angel Reese sitting over there by herself.
It looks like one of the so-called biggest stars in the WNBA has quit.
I think it's a travesty as a leader of a franchise and the face of a franchise. You're not even traveling with the team anymore.
Angel Reese, she's becoming known as the Vanishing Barbie because no one can find her.
Caitlyns signing 1,000 autographs before and after the game. Angel Reese comes to the game. She's sitting over there.
The game drew the least views since Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese entered the league. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share for more updates.